Hi, and welcome to our webinar called What's New Inside Document Capture version 2023 R2. My name is Kim Dalsgaard Christensen, and I'm your friendly host for this webinar. As you might know, we have now released new versions of all our solutions, both for Business Central on cloud and on premises. To follow up on this, we have these What's New webinars. If you did not register, all recordings will be available. For those who did not register, they will be available on our YouTube channel, both as soon as possible after the events. And as you can see, this is the big final, so lean back and enjoy the presentation starting up very soon. Before we get started, I would like to go over a few items so you know how to participate in today's event. As an attendee, you have joined this webinar muted or in listen-only mode by default. You can submit text questions to today's presenter by typing your questions in the chat section. You may send in your questions at any time during the presentation. We will collect these and answer them both during the presentation together with our specialist who is going to present all the What's New points. We have also John among the crowd who are going to answer questions you submit to the chat section. So if there's a guy called John who's answering, this is our solution manager. And if there's any other questions that we are going to leave, we are going to answer them after we have ended the presentation. For those of you who are new to Continia, we are one of the top add-on software companies delivering solutions exclusively to Microsoft Dynamics Business Central. Our solutions focuses on the automation of finance processes from start to finish by using Business Central and not a separate application. This makes it very easy for you to adapt the new features, and the implementation time and cost are extremely low compared to related standard solutions within the market. All our solutions are available both on premises where a license is required before use, or you can go to Business Central Cloud from Microsoft AppSource. Here you can access our solutions at exceptional terms. For all our apps except for OP+, there are no order processes. Simply install the app and follow the basic setups. It takes less than 15 minutes and then you're up and running on essential features. There are no obligations. Simply start trying it out for up to 30 days, totally for free. And finally, you pay afterwards and only what you use per month. Each and every solution is delivered by our partners. And we do have a wide range of different customer types, both within size and types. So no matter who you are and what you do, I'm pretty sure you will find customers much alike you. Today, our partners are serving more than 18,000 NAV or Business Central tenants with one or more of our solutions running in more than 45 countries. Throughout the entire product history of Business Central, since back in the days when it was a Danish-owned company, Continia has been a part of its journey. And from time to time, we did introduce new significant add-on solutions to the market. Well, it's about time for Continia to add one more solution to our solution portfolio. And even though I do come from a part of the world where it is not well accepted to be a big talker, I will point out that Continia do have very big expectations for a new solution coming out next year. What it is, I'm not allowed to tell yet. This will be revealed Wednesday in Lyon, where the biggest event for people working within Business Central are taking place. For all of us not attending, check out our websites from Wednesday and the days after. However, here's a clue. It is something about that you are used to do your posting in amounts, and now you will get used to post in something very different. And with this sneaky clue, I think it's time for me to pass the presentation and the screen to Mikkel, and you can go from here. Mikkel?
Yes, thank you. I hope you can hear me, Kim, and
Yes,
the rest of you
I
also.
can.
Great. Let me try to share a screen. I need to find my, this should be the one. So on the screen now is a slide saying what's new for Domo Capture 2023.
Confirmed.
And that's release 2. Yeah, great. Thanks, Kim. And thanks to all of you for joining. I'm really excited to go through a giant number of new features that we have added to the solution with this release. I've been preparing for this webinar the last half year, or I would say the solution has been improved over the last half year, and finally we released the brilliant code here 1st of October. And let me see if we get my slideshow started. So there it is. My name is Mikkel Reisbøl, Senior Solution Specialist, seated in Copenhagen, Denmark. And we are to talk about all the new stuff that we have in Domo Capture 2023 Release 2. And if you're curious about the details, what is inside the new solution, take a look at Continua Docs. Go to the overview to see a list of the features in the roadmap added. And if you want some more details, look at the Domo Capture changelog that we have here at the in the middle of the screen. You can read all the details, very specifically what has been changed and updated and added. But we're not going to look at these many words and numbers and lines that we have in the website. Let's go on with the show in the PowerPoint. Let's start out with some country and regional things that we have added. This is one of the many 100 improvements of or new features added to Domo Capture. As you can see, we have made Domo Capture available in 132 countries for the online solution. This is one of the many 100 new things. And while we go through the PowerPoint, you'll see more than almost 80 items mentioned here, and we're going to look at 20 in detail. So let's get on with the show. Regarding platform and technology, of course, we support the latest edition of Business Central 23, 22, and also 21. And besides that, the latest FOB version called Business Central 14 is also supported, and you have direct upgrade. We did some performance enhancements, especially in regards to the XML and Azure Blob Storage, so it's mentioned, and a few other things in the technical part. You can see one of the entries here in the list has a check mark, and this indicates that this is from the roadmap. So if you're curious about what was in the roadmap and what was not, the ones with the check mark are the items that we published in our docs site, so you can follow how these are developed and how this is being implemented and when. So here's one we're going to look at later. Moving over to the general application area, we did, of course, enhance the user experience in general, and here are 3 mentioned. The Domo Viewer fact box has been improved, and we added it to the Domo search also, and some actions also added to make it more convenient and easy to navigate around in the solution. Tool tips, teaching tips have been made better or added or improved. Further down the list, a number of things we're going to look at with some assisted setup guide improved, and notification of OCR pages. What is that, Mikkel? Yeah, I'm getting curious myself about this. Let's take a look at it later. And further down, secure archive module, a brand new module for Domo Capture, and actually also expense management has been added, and we're going to take a nice dive into this. Also, the Continua Hub is worth bringing on screen today. Yeah, a lot of cool things. Continuing with the documents and templates area, a bunch of features have been added here. This is the key part of the solution. You could say documents being handled by templates. This is the core of the solution, and we also added some extra stuff here. Don't worry, you will all get the PowerPoint slides after the show to look at the individual lines and items. So you have plenty of time later to go into details. We have some extra stuff in the documents and templates in column 2. So there's plenty of new features there, and we're going to look at, as you can see, some of them, the ones marked with the check mark. Yeah. And let's go to the last slide, I guess, of new features also for the purchase documents created from document capture, meaning those that are either purchase invoices or orders put into Business Central standard area. We have added also some extra actions and features there. Purchase contract got a extra intelligence feature added. We're going to look at that, what this is about. Purchase contract intelligence, it's very exciting. And also the trial mode for purchase contracts, that we can try that in a different way than we usually would try a module in document capture. So yeah, much fun stuff to look at later. Document approval part, yeah, also here we added a good bunch of nice settings and actions and new features and pages to play with. And we're going to look at 4 of them. As you can see, those with the check marks are the ones that are looking at. Order receipt matching also got a bit of an overhaul, especially the general improvements for match messages and the process, some extra actions and better messaging, and that is also worth taking into consideration. So if you boil all this down, we will have these items to look at. One platform technology, view from general application, approval, also document and templates. And there at the top, we have this AI document recognition. I quickly stepped over that in the slide just before, but we're going to take a good look at the AI document recognition. What is that all about, Mikkel? Yeah, can hardly wait, but you have to be patient. It will show up eventually in the demonstration today. Yes. Let's dig in and take a look at these new exciting things in document capture. Starting out with the display of original email sender. When we have emails arriving in document capture that contain XML or PDF files for OCR, we could be we could question what the sender address would be if we look into the import page. But now in document capture, you are able to see who was the original sender, especially if they were in situations where you had the email forwarded. So now we can identify who was the original sender when you submit emails to our OCR service when it goes through a forwarding process on a let's say an Outlook server. This is only available when we use Cloud OCR, or if the forwarding and if the forwarding rule is configured on a server side, meaning that client forwarding, like in Outlook, may not work. It depends on the settings in your Outlook and or other mail program. But if you have a mail server that forwards, we can identify the original sender of the document and not the forwarding mail address, so, which is quite convenient. Smaller thing, but it's mentioned in the roadmap and it's also mentioned here. Moving over to the general part of the application, we have 5 things here on today's agenda. Let's start with the toggle all in the setup guide. What is this about, Mikkel? Well, when you do your setup of document capture, you go through a setup guide that instructs you, tells you what to do and what to choose and what to not to choose. And quite convenient, we have a select all or deselect all action that enable us to quickly choose everything or unchoose everything. It saves us time, of course, to get quickly on instead of clicking manually on the individual lines, and also makes it easier so we have a better overview, and yeah, everything is nice and good. So let's try to figure out where I have my PC Central and take a look at this. So how does this work in real life? I'll go into my Domo Capture System setup because I want to export some configuration and later import it in another company or in another database for perhaps testing for purposes or migration purposes. So let me try to show this by selecting Export of Configuration and click here, select Next. In here, I have a long list of things I can choose from, and if I am to manually select or deselect all these things, it would take like a few minutes, and I don't like that. So instead I can go up here and say, I want to exclude everything. And then instead, I only want the contact category, select this one, which automatically then includes the sub part of the category. And through that, you are able to quickly pinpoint out what to export or even what to import if it's the import process you are handling here. Yep. Let's switch over to deactivating when you copy companies. When you do a copy of a company in Business Central Online or in Business Central on premises, all Domo Capture solutions are deactivated. We added with this version of Domo Capture, we added the deactivation for the on-premises environments. It was already present in the online environments. It means that we will no longer have any confusion about where the documents are actually entering, because if you copy a company and you don't deactivate the solution, you would have perhaps your invoices coming to the test company or the production company, and you kind of got confused. Now it's all clarified. It will never go into the copy of the company because it is deactivated. And of course, you save time clicking around deactivating the different solutions. Gives you a simple way of managing your environment when you are in the situations you want to do a copy of a company for a sandbox area or otherwise testing some functionality in your general Business Central. A totally different thing is about the OCR pages. There we have a notification alerting us when we are reaching the limit of our OCR license. When we work with our OCR license, we consume pages in our OCR, and we will be notified in case we are getting close to the limit of the license when we enter certain pages, like the ready to import page, the document journal, and the Domo Capture setup. You can configure when to be notified or just view the OCR usage by going to the Domo Capture setup page. And it would look like this in a, it's for Business Central on premises, only need to mention that. It's not available for Business Central Online because there you don't have any limitations. You have an unlimited OCR license due to you being invoiced per document that is registered. Whereas the on-premises solutions, they subscribe to a license. And let's take a look at what it would, what data and view I have when I have Continue Cloud OCR activated. You see I have it activated here, and this is the on-premises BC14 version I'm looking at. And then this section OCR pages will show me how many pages are used in my cloud license, how many I have available, and when this was last updated. And the update is handled whenever I import documents, then this page has been updated. So you can see I've used 100 pages out of 1,000. And in the OCR in cloud, you have unlimited pages available, you could say, but as soon as you go past 1,000, you start pay a minor fee per page handled. Please note, this is not for Business Central Online customers, only for on-premises that has cloud OCR. What if I don't have cloud OCR, but I use a on-premises OCR? Then besides viewing the number of pages processed, then you can also configure a threshold when you want to be notified. I have a warning section saying here that when I reach 90 pages left my license out of the 10,000 available for a standard license, I would like to be notified. And currently I have 1,000 pages remaining, so I still have a bit before I'm being notified. The reason we want to notify you is that, or that you want to be notified, is that you can react to this and say, oh, let's perhaps increase the license to more pages, content continue. Otherwise, I would be stopping perhaps in the middle of the month or close to month end and cannot process any pages. So it's for helping you to foresee any bottlenecks in case you have a heap of documents suddenly coming in. Now it's time to look at the new secure archive functionality that we have in DomoCapture, the new module. And what is this about? Secure archive is for protecting your bookkeeping documents to make sure that what we have in Business Central is actually what we expected based on all attachments, all imported documents, and to ensure that nothing has been altered or deleted. So we will maintain the documents in their original form. We will make sure that you cannot alter them or delete them. You'll be notified, or you will be able to look them up. You have a log file, everything to see this. Traceability is inside Business Central, where we log each stage that the document undergoes. And you will see that from, it says here, from when we import the reception of the document, even when it's posted, and after that, we will continue to monitor the bookkeeping documents, the posted invoice, to make sure that the details are in place and they are unchanged. And this brings peace of mind to your business, as it says here. Now you can lean back and relax. Nobody will unnotified be able to change the documents, and through that you have a more secure bookkeeping department, and your data are consistent. So what kind of documents are we handling here? We are looking at purchase invoices, purchase credit notes, the downloaded e-documents, XML files, paper documents type. If they are scanned in through DomoCapture or even drag and drop, those are all included in the secure archive. To look at a posted purchase invoice card, we have a new file, new field called log, where we can see all the log entries. And if we open up that log entry page, we get to see details of each document with information about when it was added and if it was deleted. And we can see who sent the email address, who sent the email, because the email address is mentioned, and the individual log files. This is what it looks like. But why don't we take a real-life look into the solution and try out all this? So let's start out with the DomoCapture setup to see how to activate this. Looking into my DomoCapture setup, you can see I've already activated the secure archive and the logging. If I want to, I can activate the logging without the archive. But in this case, both is activated. I can say also have a minimum archive period, and in this case it says 3. If I want to change this, simply press the desired number, choose the type of period you want to configure, calendar years or fiscal year. And we will then ensure that the data remain unchanged for 5 calendar years plus the current years. And the same goes for the fiscal years, 5 fiscal years plus the current fiscal years. We have some possibility to look up the system log to see if somebody changes the settings, turns off the archive or turns it on, or changes the settings. You can see I changed my minimum archive period from 3 to 5. I did it right now, and it was done by EH. My username, Esther Henderson, is the current user. So we have a good look here. Also, we can go take a look at the full document log, where we can see all the logs for all the documents that have entered my Business Central, my DomoCapture. But looking at this general log is kind of a bit too much. Let's go take a look at a specific invoice and view the how this is handled. Let me see if I find the right one that is So this is an invoice with 2 attachments. As we can see, it was entered through document capture. And if I look into the invoice, we see we have the view to the right. It's quite nice. And we have this little drop down to show us how many attachments, 2 attached files. And then we have the 5 document log entries. This is the great part we have in today's show. This is the log file. And if you click on the posted invoice, you'll see all the information. Where did it come from? What was the file name? When was it imported? When was it registered as what invoice number? And then it was posted. And then it changed number. We can see the email. You can open the email if you want to. There's a direct link up here, and I can open the document card to get to my document capture page. Let's just do that quickly to see that. What the heck? There we are. This is what it looked when we recognized the document and registered it. Going back, and we could also take a look at the PDF file, show the file directly here, and it will open up and be made available to you in your. Let me see, I have it here in my popped up here, so I can click on my PDF file and view it. So we always have access to all files. Here we are. Have some columns here deleted, added after posting, and so on. File hash check. We do a file hash on all the attachments, and that through that we can monitor whether it has been changed or replaced, deleted, and so on, to ensure that in case something is being modified, you'll be notified as a user. Let's try to add a further file here to see what goes on if I drag in a file from my File Explorer, drop it here, you know how it works, and have this 3 files now available, and a 6th entry has been added now to my document. And if you look in here, we see this is the specification added, and it was added after posting. So those who approved the document didn't know about this information as it's been added later on. So this is quite nice. But what is if somebody goes into the attachment and delete an attachment? Let's check here. Say this one. I don't like this building inspection because it's probably compromising my role in the company, so I'll just delete it. Nobody would notice that it is gone, because it is gone. You can see that clearly. Going back, I have only 2 attachments. Oh, my document log changed color and changed text. So now it says 1 or more files have been deleted since posting. What the devil is going on? I'm being monitored by somebody. And I can see that clearly that this document was deleted at some point. It was deleted after posting, got the message just before. And even though it was deleted, I can still click on show file, and then it's downloaded. And if you look into my list here, see, just download here 1630. This is the file. I can open it. It is still present, but for the seen from a user perspective, it was deleted. But from the backend, it is still very much alive. This helps us to ensure that we have the right data available. And if I jump back to my slideshow, I have a few extra mentionings about this. So to summarize, secure handling of various documents, that would be the invoices and credit notes from your suppliers, from your vendors. We can also handle employee expense attachments, expense management, e-documents downloaded, scan documents, and also drag and drop for both document capture and expense management. Please notice that. And all the files are being hashed, you could say, being linked to a hash value. Through that, we can log whether they've been modified, altered, deleted, or in any way tampered with. To make sure that this works, you must register the documents as purchase invoices, credit notes, or use the auto matching functionality. You cannot use the secure archive together with documents that go through general journals. Just to let you know, it is for purchase invoices, credit notes, and auto matching documents. And we do not neither monitor documents created, managed directly in Business Central. If you manually go in and create a purchase invoice, we do not monitor that. It is only for the purchase category that we do this monitoring. Just to let you know. I really like this secure archive. It does lift the burden off my shoulders in regards to the responsibility of storing data. Let's move over to some more information about things we can find in our document journal. We have this Continua Hub. Actually, everywhere in Document Capture we have a new Continua Hub, a space, a place where you can find information that we gathered information in one place, and now you don't need to look around in different places to find all you need in order to get familiar or read about the functionality in Document Capture. Instant access and a possibility to give feedback also, and you'll be working within the application when you view all these nice information. We're going to look at it in a second. On the following pages, Document Journal, Document Card, and so on, we have added the Continua Hub. And that's why don't we just jump into the solution and take a look at the Continua Hub. And I mentioned it was in the document journal, so let's go there straight away. So in my journal here, I have a number of documents that not that interesting. We are to focus here at the top of the page, the Continua Hub action. Selecting this one gives me a page with 3 sections: the document journal, because it's the page I'm on, and then the Document Capture general, and some Continua apps. And the Continua apps are recommendations from our side to what could be useful in your situation, your country, with your data, and with your missing apps, we could say. So click on these links to go to the information page and read about the solutions. The middle part is a general information area where we have a link to a huge bunch of videos describing Document Capture, also the training place where we have the our Continua Learn courses, the Continua Docs, and some pages that open up the manual oriented setup possibilities. So if you click on this one, you get a nice list of possibilities where you could choose to go in and set up information in Document Capture. Those are also available from other places, but here they are collected and gathered in one place. Talking about information about specific pages, we have at the top here a possibility to watch a video introducing you to the main areas. And if you click on this one, we get to see a nice video where a good colleague of mine will do the guiding here to the basics of the document journal. And we have similar videos for other pages, of course. Here's 2 links, both to docs and to the learn area for a specific course or for the specific information page where you have details about this specific area we're looking at. But down here in the middle, in the general Document Capture section, you can actually give your feedback. So by selecting this one, a page opens up showing me 3 options: give a compliment, or report a problem, or if you want to, make a suggestion. And this is free for you to use. Make a suggestion, say, I would like this place or this solution, or could I have this nice button here and there? So we can suggest whatever you like. Please note that the report a problem is not a support tool. It is this is to be through your Business Central partner, as it states here. But you're also welcome to give a compliment if you like. Thank you. And let's jump out of this and back to the slide deck. Time to look at some purchase contracts in the intelligence and also the trial mode in production. Let's try the intelligence part first. With the contract intelligence, you will now be notified when you have invoices in your solution, in your Business Central, that could be better handled by using a contract for review, for approving, for matching. This will pop up in your document journal, telling you that this is an invoice that looks like it would match the criteria for a contract. We'll do that proactively, so you will be notified based on the history of your documents, and instead of you have to go through the individual vendors, Domo Capture will analyze all your vendor posted invoices and suggest which vendors to create a contract for. And this is based on a number of information, header information such as document date needs to be at some intervals, and you have currency code needs to be the same, and of course the invoice line analysis looks at the quantity and amount and account type and so on to make sure that there is a consistent pattern here that we can support. But what if I don't have a purchase contract? What do I do then? Yeah, well, you don't have to pay for purchase contracts when you want to try it out. You can simply activate purchase contract in trial mode. Doesn't cost you anything, 3 days of free trial. And when you do so, you will be guided by this nice colleague, Anne. She will guide you through the setup. And actually, if you look at it at the bottom left corner, the guide will automatically tell you how many of your vendors looks like are suited for a purchase contract handling. So we have identified these data that you have in your solution and will link them automatically up to contracts. So we will suggest to create a number of contracts automatically, saving you the time and the effort of managing the invoices manually. We'll do that now automatically instead. So quite nice. Try it out, give it a go, and give us some feedback later on when you have tried it. We look really forward to hearing from you. Moving over to document approval, and we have 4 minor things you could say over here that we need to look at, but still very important stuff. So let's jump into it. We have this on hold possibility in the approval section where you can put a document on hold, and when somebody approves a document on hold, they would like perhaps to remove the on hold, but we can actually bypass that, ensuring that once it is on hold, we will keep the on hold for later by activating this setting in the Domo Capture purchase approval setup. So if somebody, for some reason, put a document on hold and later approve it, we can make sure that we keep it on hold in order to perhaps investigate the reason why, or just keep track of those that were questioned during the approval by other colleagues. So we keep those in a short leash. We will remove the on hold dialog to make it faster to go through, and also go through the approval, and also make sure that that we actually know what status the document have, and if you don't want to leave it over to the approval colleagues, we can manage that centrally instead. So this is for ensuring that we have a clean workflow and we know what to base our decisions on. Minor thing, but it's been requested by quite a lot of customers. Speaking about the put on hold, if you want to, you can use the put on hold and approve in one action instead of first put on hold and then press approve and have the question popping up and a lot of things happening. Now I have one action to do that. Please notice that a document that is approved, that was on hold and is kept on hold, will be left out of the payment suggestion. So it gives you, as it says here, better control when you do your payment suggestion. So you will not include documents that might be questions to from other sides. It makes it easier for the user in the approval portal, fewer steps you have to navigate through, and it also saves time. And yeah, it's a win-win situation. We have some approval users that might share the approvals, and we will let perhaps one approver receive the email, the notification email, or perhaps another, or even both. That depends on the individual settings. So let's hear more about this. You can go in and customize setup for this sharing if the original approver or the shared to approver or both approvers should get the notification email. You know, the email that is sent out telling you that you have like 5 documents you need to approve. So if you have shared documents from a colleague, you also perhaps would like to get that notification, or perhaps not. I only want to focus on those that are my personal ones, you could say. The default setting is a shared approver that will be the one that received the email, not the original approver. Because I shared it to somebody, and then this would be the appropriate action to take, that we send the email to the shared to approver, ensuring that we are notifying the right people in the right time. And let's take a look at this approval sharing where we set it up. It's quite simple, approval sharing page. And if I edit my list, we can also do something about this. We have some sharings here, some normal sharing, some fixed sharings, and also an out of office. So I could say that this is only shared to user, the default setting. The only shared to user is the one that gets this one, but I could change and say, while Robin is on vacation, he could still take a sneak peek into the document capture and approve. So therefore, he also should have the email. So you have the possibility to update this individually. Yeah. Another approval-related feature here is that we have added a column in the purchase approval entries, the approval entry page that we have in Business Central. So you can, it says here, you can prioritize your approvals, so you can quickly find the documents that are close to a specific date, due date, and specifically around month end, you are very keen on getting those invoices finished that are the oldest one, you could say, and also make sure that you pay in due time. And this we also need to take a look at. The purchase approval entries, let's take a look at this page. There we are. Have 5 documents here waiting the approval of Esther, and they are sorted in the document number. You see the due date are not in date order here, but quickly I can click on the headline, select this one, and we can sort it either ascending or descending, depending on whether I want to look at the oldest or the newest ones first. So simple little field, but it has a huge impact on how speedy you can do your approvals. Yeah, moving on. Now it's time for a bigger section. It's about the document capture documents and templates. And we do have something here that was not mentioned in the roadmap. Actually, this is the AI document recognition. This one at the bottom was not in the roadmap. It's not in the roadmap. It was added as a little secret, you could say. But now you get to see what is this all about. So let's move on with the show. First of all, when you are working with general journals, when you register documents to general journals, you have the possibility to view the document in the document viewer or open the PDF file itself directly here in the journal. So no need to do a lookup or navigate action to find the details. They are available straight away right in front of you. Just choose them and view them. Please notice that this little beauty is only available for BC21 and the newer versions. When we are in the document general journal area, we have here the change amount, import amounts is available also. So you can now go in and adjust in case you have some amounts that that differ due to VAT changes or the configuration of your accounts, then you can go in and adjust the import amounts to make sure that the validations in document capture are not showing any messages or errors, and you can actually complete the document in case you are in the need of changing those amounts. You have the option now available, and that would be in Business Central version 21 and the newer ones. Looking at the document journal, we have the possibility to add header fields to the document journal overview. And what is the document journal overview? Yeah, that's the page where we have the list of your invoices, not the recognized fields, not the PDF itself, but it will be the list of invoices, like one from vendor first of consultants and one from Whitewood importers. And then you have a number of columns available that you know today that would be document number and vendor number and such things. But what we can do now is that we can add 6 fields from the master template, header fields, as columns that you can filter on and you can sort on. So that is quite cool, because I can add fields like date fields or text fields and number fields. That enables me to get a view of the data recognized in my header section, place it in the invoice lines, and manipulate the list. So let's take a look at this, how this goes down. Look into my ready to register, my document journal. I have the standard columns. I want to add the invoice number and a few other columns to this list. So I will do this by going to my actions documents and set up custom columns. What a fine name for that. I have 2 date fields available. I have 2 text fields and 2 number fields. In total, 6 fields. For date fields, I have in my master template only those 2 present, so that makes sense. I only choose those ones. I will choose the due date. Jump down to the text field and say, what could I choose? Oh, invoice number. It's good to know. It's really nice to know the invoice number from the vendor, so I can filter on that or sort or search for it. Number field, what could I choose here? Number fields, I have a number of number fields. That would be my amount, including VAT. Yeah, there we are. Please note that the list that we look up here in this list is a mix of PDF master template and XML master template. So this is a combined list. Which may, remember to choose the right one, make on this invoice number. There we are. And going back, and a nice little comment message pops up and say you need to close the page and reopen it in order for the columns to be rendered correctly. So let's do that. And there we are. 3 lines, 3 invoices are recognized, and we can see the data here have been filled in: the due date, the invoice number, the amounts. And might be that I want to look up a certain document that was registered, and I could do that simply by switching to registered. And you see now I have a number of documents with a lot of data. And I want to find invoices that perhaps have a specific invoice number or have a specific date, or perhaps invoices bigger than, let's take this field. What the heck? Let's take this one and say I want to look at invoices that have amount that is greater than 10,000. And now I can add a filter and you'll see only those 2 documents. This is based on the data that we have recognized in the document. So we have kind of made these fields available up here. Quite nice, and it does save me a bunch of time when I need to look for a specific document or prioritize my documents, especially if we are in the open section here. I have no one that are bigger than have a great amount than this one. So if I remove the filter, of course, I get to see the full list. So this is where I would expect you to get a huge benefit from this filtering and sorting possibility. Yep. What do you say? Isn't that nice? I do like it really much. Using a work date and today formulas, these keywords, you can add them in a template field formula field. like we have illustrated here below. And you can even add shortened keywords like T or W or TOD, as it says here, WR. So you have possibility to type in these values in many ways. And of course, we support different languages. So if it's in Denmark, it will be other keywords. In Germany, again, those specific ones for Germany. And well, this is nothing new in BC Central, but the cool thing is here that when you add a today keyword in a formula field on a template field card, you would have to get today's date or working date created whenever you run the recognize field. So it's not a fixed value; it would be a dynamic value that looks at the calendar date or the work date set up in your BC Central. So this will then convert the code to a real date whenever you recognize data or you process the document, you would say. Yep. Improved source identification. Bit cryptic title here, but it is also one of those areas that you probably don't look much into when you are working with document capture. But we have done some improvements here by removing those unwanted characters like spaces or special characters, slashes, dashes, and so on. And through that, we have enhanced the search accuracy when we want to figure out who is the vendor. And this company identification number could be different. They could vary it from country to country. And in the localizations AU, BE, and DE, we have specific fields that we look at: the ABN plus the VAT and enterprise number and the VAT for Belgium, and in Germany, registration number and then VAT. So we have specific fields that we prioritize and look at in order to ensure that we do actually find the right vendor when submitting a document into document capture. For all other localizations, it's a VAT registration number that is being used every time when it comes to the vendor identification functionality, specifically the identification template, it's called. If you want to view that value, you might want to compare the value in the document with what we have calculated, and through that identify and perhaps ensure that this is actually a legit invoice. You can add the business ID column, and depending on the localization, it would have a different title as soon as you import and start recognizing documents. But you can see what value was being used for identifying the vendor. Great to have in these days where you never know if the invoice is real or it's a scam. This is not a scam. This is for real. I can guarantee you that. For those of you that work with the document capture in multiple companies, you have the option to move documents between companies either automatically or manually, and those documents are fully recognized and processed when you move them. So if you choose to move to company or configure document capture to move them automatically, the full process, the handling or the actions taken will be completed, like the vendor identification, the template selection, and the field recognition, and all that follows with that. So that would definitely save time and make sure that you are processing all documents in the same way across all companies. So just move your documents around and let document capture do the work for you. So this is long today, and we are not far from the end, but I have a few things I need to tell you still. This notify admins about open documents is a brand new thingy that we have added, where you can receive emails, notification emails, when we have documents that are delayed in the document journal. So whenever we build up a queue in the document journal, we will be able to be notified in case this occurs. And We will send an email to the assigned administrators or administrator per category, one administrator per category, but you have multiple categories in play, and through that, multiple people being notified, of course. You can configure different levels, setting up a graded notification for different documents, saying that perhaps the purchase documents need to be notified after the first day, the third day, and the fifth day, whereas the sales documents are perhaps 1 day, 2 day, and 10 days. You can set up as you wish. And you can also have these reminders going out automatically, or you can trigger them manually if you want to. Set them up automatically, use the job queue, and it's that's straightforward. Here we need to jump into the solution and take a quick looky at that here. Let's go to the document category card first. And I want to work with my purchase category and set up who's the manager for this one. And in here, I have a number of fields. I have the category manager where I can set up that this is going to be Esther, who is the manager. So whenever we need to notify somebody about a queue piling up, then we will notify this brilliant colleague. That was more or less it. I just had to go to my Open Documents email setup, reminder setup, where I configure my email setup. And I have cheated a bit today, where I've prepared 2 sets, 2 levels. You see that level 1 is triggered after 3 days. So when the documents are have been waited for 3 days, they will now be included in this email that has the subject almost new documents. So the title here you can edit yourself if you want to. Simply go in and change the title. The second level, when they reach the 7th day, they will go into another email group, and they have a different subject, pretty old documents. So things are not that good any longer. They've been waited too long, those documents. And if you want to, you can add a beginning text like this. Why are these not registered? Both the text have multiple lines if you want to, and then also add a ending text like it would be like, please take action now, and then say exclamation mark, and let's bold this one also. So, and with that we can notify our managers, the colleagues, about that a number of documents is lying here unprocessed and need to be looked at. And how do I send these reminders? Yeah, I mentioned it could be manually or automatically. So let's take a look at the options. I have this send status email to category managers action that I have looked up, and you can schedule this sending through the job queue. We have a direct link here, or you can press OK to send it. And by sending it out, you will receive an email. Let me see where it went. It's right here, where it says that I have a long list of documents, and I can see details about the amounts, the vendors that recognize the data, recognize the document, even status code, and if it was assigned to a user, and through that I can perhaps easily figure out, pinpoint who to address in case I want to do something about this. The mail says, please take action now, and we have the title up here, also the beginning text about the pretty old documents. Yeah, you see that clearly. Yeah, cool thing. I guess I think I'm convinced is the right word, because having a document journal that includes like 1,000 documents here wouldn't be nice to have. Instead, let's take action proactively to get those processed as fast as possible, of course. Oh, is it PowerPoint time? It is. AI document recognition. It's time to look at a brand new way of recognizing data in document capture. And it says here, welcome to a higher level of automation. And this is a new way of recognizing documents. We have made some nice features that saves you time, like we will automatically create the templates. You don't have to select recognize fields to build a template for new vendors. We'll do that automatically. And we will also, in a nice AI way, look up the values for the header and line fields. We're going to view this in a moment. Don't worry. It will be there in a, it needs a few more lines here in the PowerPoint. So first of all, this is available for on-premises that run Business Central, Business Central on-premises and Business Central Online where you use Continua Cloud OCR, not for on-premises OCR. But if you are in a Business Central on-premises using Continua Cloud OCR on Business Central Online, you would have this feature available, not the on-premises OCR. Now I've said it twice or 3 times, so just to make sure. And what does it include and how do I get it? Well, if you're in online, you just need the essential module to automatically recognize the header fields. If you want to, you can still go around and mark the same way as we have known for decades, but automatic recognition is preferred, I suppose. When it comes to line recognition in the online environment, you would need the advanced capture module and simply select, I want AI to do this, or as we know from previously, the manual marking is still possible. Then a bit of bonus information, because a bonus feature, you can actually create a vendor using the AI recognition. If multiple addresses are identified, you'll be able to choose between those. And while choosing the address, perhaps filling out some information, you can have the PDF details shown right next to this page. It's optional to show it, but I will give you a demonstration. Yeah, there we are. And let's take a look at the journal. We had a number of documents lying here that were not processed, and some that were. Let's start out by looking at the first document, document number 1 from Not Publishers. So this is an example. You might not be able to see it, but we do have template data recognized automatically. Everything has been identified when we import the document. The template was created by Domain Capture during the import phase, and everything was recognized. And to demonstrate how this works, this auto recognition, the AI, what differences there are to previously, let's try to take this real invoice from a American company and then do something about this. There's no vendor because the vendor was not existing in our solution, in our database, in the vendor list in Business Central. Therefore, I would like to create a vendor using the Domain Capture AI feature. So let's do that. We have a address being recognized here, test and modes are limited, and then a few information. And yeah, I can open the PDF if I want to view this one. Actually, right now every field is filled in. Great. And as you can see, the vendor template selected. The vendor template we know from Business Central, whether this is a business to business or a EU or a overseas vendor or private person, whatever vendor template you might have, we select the one that is most appropriate for the data found in the document. So we have chosen this one, but you can choose another one if you want to. I want to view the vendor afterwards. Let's try that. Create a vendor, and there we are. Vendor card created with a name up here, vendor number, and we have address and all the things filled in from the Business Central vendor template, a combination of data from the document and from Business Central setup. And going back to the journal, you'll see that we have actually 2 documents from the same vendor. So when I create a vendor, all the other documents in the journal will be auto recognized with the same template, of course. Please pay attention to the field we have down here, line posting description, a field that in most cases you would point out manually, but with the AI we go in and recognize the data because we know this is a description. It says so here, and it is placed in a line and in the middle of the document. So there's a lot of indications of this is a nice text to grab and use for the posting. So everything is completed. I just need to fill in the account as it's stated down here and do my accounting, choose the GL account or whatever account type I would like to add. It might need to be matched to a purchase contract. Let's jump up to the not publishers, because in here we have some lines we could recognize. We already have the vendor and the template is applied, and we need to recognize the lines. And the way that works is the good old way. Go to document card, and there we have the columns down below where I can, if I want to, go in and mark individually where those columns belong. But no, not today. I'm a bit lazy, or just benefiting from the new solution. I want the AI to do the recognition. So let's do that. This is a straightforward document. I have number, description, quantity, unit, cost, dynamite, all recognized. Nothing fancy about this. It's so straightforward. It's a simple document. Of course, we can recognize those. You can hear I'm building up to something about not simple documents, so it's about to come. Don't worry, it'll be there in a minute. What about taking this invoice here, because this document has it's also missing a vendor. So let's create a vendor from this one. Let's go to the home and click create vendor. So in here I have I have possibility to choose between multiple addresses. Let's see that. So I have this Kronos.de. That's a company in Germany. No, it's a it's not the right one. This is the Lincoln Island company. This is the one that is the center of the document. But the address is missing. So yeah, if I need to open the PDF, perhaps this data could be, the data missing could be on page 7 or something like that. Then open the PDF and scroll through the page. Simply highlight the data you would like to have. I would do a copy, and then I can paste whatever I like into this and click on create my vendor. And now I have completed the data set into the vendor card and created from the recognized content in the document. But we need to recognize some lines. Let's go to document card here again and take a look at how this goes down. We have the AI option here. Yeah, let's choose that one. In this case, we don't have any item number. This is simply a line numbering 1, 2, so it doesn't count as a number. Therefore, we get a description only. So even though we don't have a number available, we can still recognize everything. And we do actually capture the full set. As you can see here, 2 lines being recognized into 1 description line. So 2 lines recognized. So we do capture like multiple areas into 1 field. Yeah, we have another document here. It's already created as a vendor and template is applied, but you can see we have some extra columns and extra lines. So let's try this one also and do the AI magic. Click on this one and see what happens here. So this is a real invoice from ASOS, and you can see it captures the item number, descriptions, 3 lines into 1 description field. It's really neat. We skip those columns that are not available, and yeah, we keep everything structured and nicely filled in here, the values that we can actually use to something. And I could go on. I have one document more. Let's take this one. This is the last one. Let's go in and create a vendor. This is some Azure invoice. Microsoft, yes, it's right. Open the PDF if I want to and view the details if I need to update something, or just create the vendor and create the template, have the data recognized. And again here, this is like a uneven structure. It's a bit asynchronous, and therefore we could go in and try out the AI to illustrate that we can actually also capture data where these line sections are being spread across multiple areas. So we do keep that, keep track of that. So it's just been even more fun now to play with Domo Capture, and I know what to buy for my kids this Christmas. I'm pretty sure they like to play this instead of Fortnite or League of Legends. Well, this was all I wanted to show you for now. A long list, 20 items of roadmap features, including the AI document recognition. I hope you enjoyed this show, and I would enjoy seeing you again and at a future webinar. Until then, have a great day. Thank you.
Yes. Have a nice evening.